Well, that was terrible.
I'd like to begin by welcoming everyone.
Dash in here, take a quick photo, and dash out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start setting some stuff up for. I think I'll start the audio now, just so that when we do the cake stuff, we could just go right in. So I'm just coming back from a quick portrait session where I got this banger shot and a couple other good ones, but I'm saving all the portrait sessions for the final episode of this BTS series. Anyways, I made the call to run out with them before I was fully set up for the reception. So while I did set up all my audio in the last episode so I can turn those on quick, then I turn around and they're cutting the cake already. So I set up 2 cameras and then they're already lined up for the grand entrance, so I go over there to catch up with what's going on, and I had no time to set up my lights for speeches immediately to follow the grand entrance. This is where things kind of fell apart for me. Okay. They're literally already lined up. I didn't realize it was like that fast.
All right, friends and family, we're gonna get started here in about 30 seconds. So at this time, we just ask that you take your seats. Again, we're gonna get started here in about 30 seconds.
This is actually perfect because this is what happens. Now we're just gonna roll with it, you know?
All right, friends and family, if I can draw your attention, if you're looking at me at the DJ booth, it's going to be to the left or to the right? To the left, this way. So that's where your wedding party is going to be entering, so I want everybody's attention over there as we welcome our wedding party.
They're going to do speeches, set it in the middle of the dance floor, point it straight.
All right, let's go ahead and give them, hold on here, microphone's a little quiet, I might have to get that turned up over here. We're using the house mic. Let me get that turned up and we'll get rocking. Check 1, 2. It's loud over here, but you can't hear it up there. Switch to mine here. All right, we're gonna switch microphones here, 1 second. Check. All right, here we go. That's much better. You gotta love the human aspect of weddings, right? All right, so let's go ahead and give our newlyweds here another round of applause. So dinner's gonna be here shortly, but before we eat, we're actually gonna have our speeches. So we're gonna start out with Deanna. We've got Jen's sister and matron of honor. So please put your hands together for Deanna.
everyone. Thank you all so much for coming today. For those of you who do not know, my name is Deanna. I am Jen's older sister, which makes me her worst nightmare as a speech giver because I'm one of very few people in this room who have 27 years worth of stories to tell. We made a pact when we were kids that we were both going to be each other's maid of honor when we got married, so I'm honored that I still rank high enough to deserve the role. All right, so without further ado, let's get this roast started. What do you mean? What do you mean we're not doing that?
No,
I wrote a whole speech.
No, we told you we're not doing that.
Okay, well this is awkward.
So this has never happened. The camera just froze. I had to remove the battery and restart it, which meant that what it was recording didn't properly save. I know, a huge, huge L on wedding films. But it happens. This is why I film with multiple cameras. To be fair, this camera's pretty used. I've used it on every single shoot since like 2018. So it's definitely paid itself off. I might have to replace this one soon, or maybe it was just a fluke. Whatever. Let's get back to the video.
And you guys know that I love you, but you made planning this wedding really, really hard. Do you know how difficult it is to find things that say Mrs. and Mrs. instead of Mrs. and Mr.? It was difficult, but it's okay. Well, no, in all seriousness, I have been trying to write this speech for about a week and a half, and every time I tried to write it, I started crying, which is really awkward at work. So let's just hope that I can get through this without crying this time, but no promises. Growing up with Jen has been an adventure and one that I would not change for the world. We've had our moments, as all sisters do, but the biggest thing that I remember from growing up together was how much Jen followed her heart and stayed true to herself, which is something that I always admired and looked up to, despite her being the younger sister. My mom would always say that she marched to the beat of her own drum. I would argue that she was usually twirling a flag or a rifle, but no matter what she did it 100% Jen all the time. When Jen came out to me, it almost didn't register. In my defense, it had nothing to do with her being gay and more to do with the fact that it was 8 a.m. and I was in the Hartford airport waiting to come home for Christmas, not exactly the text you expect to get. And apparently I was the last to know because her text literally said, "Everyone else knows, and I just want you to be prepared before you come home." But seeing as this was the first relationship that she told me about since we moved out of the house, I knew that it was a big deal. Paige, I legit do not remember when we met at all. I went through my camera roll, I looked through my calendar, I asked Eric, I have no idea when we met.
I don't know either.
Yeah. All that tells me is how well you fit in our family. You've just always been there. You've always been part of the family. Seeing you and Jen together has been such a joy. You are everything that my sister deserves and more, and you're perfect for each other. And I do feel like I have the authority to say that because we've all been to Disney together. And let me tell you, if a couple can last a week in a hot, sweaty, crowded Disney trip, they can survive anything. Jen, and this is the part where I'm probably gonna start crying. I could not be happier for you. Back when we made our maid of honor pact, you said, "You're gonna have to wear a pink dress, you know?" Well, here we are. I'm wearing the pink dress, and you're wearing the sparkly princess dress that you always wanted. I'm so glad that we've grown closer the last few years, and I feel privileged to have gotten a front row seat to your relationship with Paige, from the minute you texted me in the airport to right here, watching you start your happily ever after. You deserve nothing short of the world, and I know that Paige is the perfect person for you. So, now I have some love advice and life lessons from some of my favorite people in life, fictional characters.
All right, with that, it is time to eat. So we're going to hand the reins over here to Wilderness as they come out with your salads. Please enjoy. I know we talked about the video booth before, but what we have here after dinner is a mirror booth, if you've seen that. It's over there where the wedding party came in. Make sure you take advantage of the mirror booth. It's going to be over there until 1:45 to midnight, so make sure you take lots of pictures in there.
that was terrible. Let's go. I think I just decided to go out for some extra photos, even though there were sunset photos, even though we have the smoke bomb photos later. I'm always trying to get more photo op, but I should have stayed and set up lights and made sure everything was set, because I knew that we'd come back in and it was gonna be like, go, 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 especially with speeches right after a grand entrance, which I've never done before. So I should have just been ready for that.
And long story short, everything turned out fine. The couple didn't know any different. And had I not shown all the proof here, you may not have either. Granted, the red walls, the vintage lighting, and the pink uplighting made for the most unideal situation possible, but, you know, as they say, just fix it in post.
Is this where they're sitting for sure? Yeah. I got 5 minutes to set up lights for first dances. That's yours?